Hey everybody, and welcome to the Press Enterprise High School Football Video Podcast. We're going to be talking about Berwick football here, and we're going to be talking with Press Enterprise writer Adam Roberts. And Adam, we're looking at Berwick at the midway point of the season here. Are you surprised that Berwick's 3-2 at this point?
Well, from seeing them at Dallas and seeing them play, not really. They're a team that's going to rely on their defense, but they have a good defense. However, that's only going to be able to carry them so far.
Now, did you get to see a lot of Jared Marshman when you saw them against Dallas?
Actually not too much. I believe he was out with an ankle injury, and I think it was forced that game. With that being said, I think they only have 250 yards a game average so far this season, 70 passing. So they're relying on the rush, so they're going to try and control the ball. With that being said, when it comes against good teams, it's going to be a defensive battle, and they're going to hope it's going to have to come and pull through for them.
Yeah, it seems like that was the case with Dallas, and I don't know if that offense is good enough to get them where I think they feel they can go this year. Especially if they have to rely on Mike Force, because I just feel like the offense responds a little better to Marshman. I saw them this past week against Selinsgrove, and Force got sacked 4 times. And 3 of those, it was just a case where he's running around, and he's a great athlete, but, and George Curry had said this in the summer, he doesn't have that internal clock, to just, take a loss on a play and live to fight
right.
the other day. Just throw it to the sidelines. My coach in high school used to say, throw it to your mother. He doesn't do that, and he loses unnecessary yardage, and, I just don't think an offense can thrive until he starts to learn a little bit more about just how to play that position a little more responsibly.
I mean, there's no secret that the game is won up front, but with that being said, they're going to have to rely on the quarterback to move the football. He's your leader on the offense, and he's got to get things going. DeQuan Hellenthal, he's got 8+ averages on a carry, and he's got 6. So they like to spread it out, 6 carries a game. So they like to spread it out, but they haven't found that one guy to really take the workload and take him to the next step, take him to the next level. But their defense, man, I'm a fan of their defense.
Oh yeah.
But they got to start creating more turnovers. They only have 4 interceptions, and they've only recovered 1 of 3 fumbles this year. So they got to get more out of that.
Did any 1 or 2 guys on that defense jump out to you when you saw them?
Man, it was a lot of blue jerseys, man, and white jerseys. They swarmed the football. It's hard to tell. They tackle so well, man. They're just there on every play.
Yeah, what I was really surprised by was how much speed they have in that front 5. They have one of their receivers at end, Luke Fisher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sean McCole, who might be the best defensive player in our area. He's only about 180 pounds at nose. And they played him at end a little bit this week just to get some pressure against Selinsgrove this past week.
Yeah, they got a scrappy front.
Yeah. McCole, just a nonstop motor. And then they have, maybe our 2 best linebackers, especially Kyle McMillan is just, I think a really special player.
Well, I mean, there's 5 games left. They definitely know that there's a lot that they can improve on offense. If they can get a couple more turnovers, offense get going a little bit more, pick up the yardage, and start moving the football a little more. I think, Berwick might have a shot. With that being said, might be a tough 5 games left for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just thinking about, and right now they're not even in the playoff picture. If you look here, I have a sheet just off camera. Right now, District 2, 3A, Scranton Prep is the 1 seed, Valley View's 2, Wallenpaux's the 3, Coughlin's the 4. Berwick's at 7th right now. Now, it's all pretty tightly packed, but they can't go 3-2 in the second half of their schedule and expect to be playing for a district title in November.
Absolutely not. I know next week they have, this coming week they have Wyoming area, and they're a tough team too. So they're not going to get any pushovers here down the stretch.
Yeah, if you look at the schedule, they're very comparable to Berwick in that they beat Crestwood pretty handily.
Right.
They lost by a similar score to Valley West. You can't always
That's
judge based on the scores,
right.
But their season's kind of shaken out the same way Berwick's has.
Absolutely. I mean, the record might be a little bit deceiving. I believe the record's 2-3, but teams they've lost to have a combined record of 12-3 at this point. So. Berwick's definitely going to have their hands full coming down the stretch against these opponents here. Everybody's going to be looking to make the postseason. It's going to be a dogfight.
Absolutely. Well, that is everything we have on Berwick football through 5 weeks. If you liked what you heard, we're going to be doing these podcasts throughout the season. So please check them out. Or if you want to check out more Press Enterprise football content, you can go to pressenterpriseonline.com. You'll find all our stories. You'll find our tweets from the games, a link to the weekly playbook that we do to preview every week's games. If you want to check out the daily paper, we have predictions, and we have all kinds of good stuff about football, local, high school, national, whatever. So please check that out, and come back here next week for another podcast. Until then, I'm Press Enterprise Sports Editor Tim Hare. This is Adam Roberts, and we'll see you next week.
See you next time.